Hey guys, how's it going? I am Doctor McFarland. It is Tuesday, July 8th, 2025, and you are seeing it correctly. I have a Fractal FM9 Mark II Turbo right here. I got a pretty decent deal off of Marketplace, and it does come with these Gear by Seba magnetic little protector things, which is cool. So that's an added bonus when you find somebody online that is willing to sell their gear and they just throw in extra freebie stuff. So I don't hate that at all. Let me turn up my headphones a little bit. Today I'm playing the Kiesel, what is this? CT6, which is a carved top 6. I kind of call it my PRS killer because it kind of has that PRS vibe with the sunken in controls and switch, and it doesn't have the little birdies on the fretboard, but it still looks really cool. And I think this is called an Autumn Burst. It was actually one of the not really a demo model, but one of the advertising pictures on the Kiesel homepage. And I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And I actually have another CT6 that equally looks nice. But when I saw this, I was like, well, I kind of like that better. And I like the silver pickups and hardware and just the overall vibe of this. So mahogany back and neck with flame maple. It's probably like a 5A flame maple top. And a really nice hip shot bridge and locking tuners. Jordan Job, how's it going, man? Let me know if you're on your way to a band practice of some sort or something. What are you using now? I feel like you've gone kind of back and forth between like Amp 1, Amped 1 by Black Star. Maybe you're back to using tube amps now. I'm not sure what you're up to. So, lots of great options out there. Don't get me wrong. You can literally choose whatever you want today, and you can make it sound great. And it really just comes down to form factor and workflow and how you interact with the unit and all those kinds of things. So, with that said, I'm going to be interacting with the actual unit itself. I'm just going to go over this preset that I've made, which it's just a good all around preset. And maybe I'll save that to another location and then start tweaking on it a little bit. Kind of show you some ins and outs. That's right. Currently in about an hour. Yeah, the Toemaster Pro, I do have that right over here in my rack, and it's still a great unit. But really at this point, I have all the main ones except for Quad Cortex. And I had that for a little bit, maybe 2 years ago, and I ended up selling it back on Marketplace just because I thought it was too small, and I just didn't connect with it at the time. And I still think it's too small. It's a great little desktop unit if you want to set it on your desk. But for me, if you can't put it on the floor and then use it live, then that's what's the point if only having a desktop unit. And the Fractal is actually great about all that because all these switches here, you can customize them to be whatever you want. There's multiple layouts that you can get into. But yeah, the Toemaster Pro is really nice. And I do like the form factor. I like the overall size. I like the distance of the foot switches. I honestly tell myself that it's everything that the Headrush could have been and maybe should have been. Maybe. I do have the Headrush Prime right over here. And I've also, I've already made some videos that's gone up on the channel over the weekend. And some more Headrush videos coming out over the next few weeks. So I'm trying to do this bulk recording type thing to where I just basically go live, but unlisted. So you don't really see me going live. And I just go live for 15 minutes and then I talk about the topic and then whatever it is, I just whenever it's done, I shut it down and then start a new one, and then make 4 or 5 at a time, and then schedule them out for the rest of the month or whatever sequence I want those to be in. So it is what it is. Other guys in my band have the QC. It just confused me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they do sound great. The Quad Cortex does sound really good. I think at the time it didn't have any kind of auto volume swell type option, which I kind of like to have when I'm doing ambient stuff. And even the Fractal, when I first got a Fractal a few years ago, it did not have an auto swell option. It had a volume block that you had to go in and assign controllers to the sweep to make it do the auto volume thing. But then finally, after an update, they added the auto volume, which was great. And then they also added the gapless switching between presets and scenes and block channels, which is simply amazing. They actually did that at the time when I had the Axe-Fx and the FC12. And I like that setup, but it was a lot of money just sitting around, not being used. I mean, I only use this stuff in the studio and playing once a week at church. So it's not like I'm out touring or needing, any particular rig to do what I do here in the studio for sure. So yeah, the Axe-Fx and the FC12 fit switch was a lot of money just to have laying around. So I eventually sold that off. I think I had only one FM9 possibly. Then I traded that for the Axe-Fx. And then I actually had two FM3s at one point. I think I bought them both new from Fractal, but each time I ended up just returning them before the 30 days was over. Just because I couldn't connect with the three switches and the workarounds and all the stuff. So I really think that the FM9 is a good overall size for what it is. And you can kind of see I had some fun with the naming of the scribble strips here, so don't worry about those too much, but it is what it is. So I know how you love your clean tones. I heard one I thought you'd like to try and emulate. The intro to Just Take My Heart, Mr. Big, sounded right up your alley. Yeah, sure. I'll take a listen to it and see what I can find out from it. But yeah, this is cool. All right, so what we're going to do. Sure, I got some. Let me check here. What do I have going on? That's on 18. And that is on. I think these are stereo linked. Yes, we have the same. I can also turn up my output 1 here. All right, so looking at the screens here, we have. This is in scene mode right now. So I have 8 different scenes plus a tap tempo. Okay. I can get to my other presets by hitting these 2 switches and then just hitting preset right here. They'll lay out my different presets down below. But then within that, I have a scenes on top. I have a tap tempo. Then I have my bank up and down. Okay. So it's not like I'm really changing tons of presets or scenes for that matter. So going back to scenes here, I can get back to my normal layout. I do have the, uh-oh. What happened? Okay, something happened here. Something happened. Weird. Okay. I have to look at my settings and see what happened, but I do have a tap tempo right down here, and I can also hold it, and that'll go into my tuner. So let me tune real fast, and this is currently set to strobe tuning of some sort. Okay. And if you're asking why you bought a Fractal again, Nathan, well, I have the Headrush Prime, I have the Toolmaster Pro, I have the Kemper Player, which I have a separate USB/MIDI controller that I'm actually controlling that with, and then I have the Helix Floor, which I know the Stadium and Stadium XL got, announced not long ago, just a few weeks ago. And I'm not quite sure if I want to dive into that just yet. I'm probably going to wait, at least another year till they're out on the market, kind of see how people like them. But honestly, I mean, other than the DSP or the lack of DSP on the Helix Floor, it does everything I need it to do. I mean, I can get great reverb sounds, delays, tremolos, choruses, awesome amp sounds. The overdrives on them are really good. And basically, there's just no reason to jump ship on the original Helix Floor, especially since the Stadium and Stadium XL are going to be quite, considerably up there in price. So it may be worth waiting a little bit and just seeing, how the market likes them. If somebody buys one and then ends up wanting to sell it on Marketplace, I can probably get one used for a decent price, and not have to pay the full brunt of the, of the original price plus tax and all the other stuff. So, especially after tax, you're easily going to be paying $2,400 for a Stadium XL. So, it's a lot of money, guys, and you may or may not need all those features. And the Helix Floor is, I think, $1,100, maybe $1,200 right now. So they lowered the price on those. And even in on the used market, you can find them for $900 to $1,000 all day long. So, plenty of great options out there. I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit more. Now, there was a trick I did in a FM3 video where I kind of reversed the look of my scribble strip. So let me go actually find where that is. You got to go into setup, okay? Okay. So I think it's called invert mini displays. And if I hit that, okay, now you can see that they have a black background with white letters versus a white background with black letters. So that may make it easier to see on, on a screen here, maybe. Something like that. I'm going to adjust the lighting. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect, but you get the gist. Trying to capture lighting like this on a camera, especially during live streams, is really hard. So I'm not going to worry about too much. So the Faith, Hope, and Love presets or scenes are my clean, my rhythm, and my lead. And then I have a lion and a lamb, which I know is very Christian-ese type terms. But this is if my Fractal was a Christian, then this is the names it would have, right? So lion and lamb is actually the purple channel on a Rev generator amp, and that thing is just a beast. So I essentially, what I have, let's go into here, and then let's go into Zoom. Okay, I'm pretty sure on channel A I have the buttery amp model chosen, set to a fairly clean sound. fairly clean. That was the neck. Here's the bridge. Now, I'm pretty sure for the other things, let's see. I have this set to the tube drive 4 knob, which is like the BK Butler tube driver. And that's what I have for just my rhythm and like lower gain lead sound type stuff. Okay, I still have some reverb in there, but then when I go to the lead sound, it adds in a delay. All right, all very good. Now, let's see. Checking some comments. Better once you turned up the output. It was room noise heavy versus... Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. So, with all that said, now going to the Lamb and the Lion scenes here. This is switching over to the Rev Generator purple channel. No delay. Then we go to the Lion, which is the delay. Okay, now I could technically, and the reason why I got this is if you look at the Kemper stage, you got 5 performances across the bottom and then 4 switches for like stomps. Okay, for example. Okay, the head rush, you can technically do, 5 scenes, then have 3 switches left over for stomps on and off or whatever you want. Toemaster Pro is fairly similar. You can have a combination of scenes and stomps within the same preset. Then you can easily get to preset view where you can see, sorry, I'm talking too fast, where you can see 6 presets at once and then still go into any one of those presets to see your scenes / stomp view. So it's really just an experiment and a journey of just seeing different workflows and how each one can be applied to your preferred situation and just how you like to work. So with that said, I could set up a layout where it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where it has 5 different scenes or even just presets, because there's gapless switching between presets. And then within those 5 presets, I could have these 3 switches up here take me into a scenes, like a full-on scenes view or a full-on effects only view. So maybe I'm in a preset, then I want to go into effects and just turn on and off a drive or turn on and off a tremolo or a delay, or kind of treat it more like a pedal board type thing. Okay, so there's so many ways to configure all your different layouts on an FM9 or just a Fractal in general, whether that's a FC12 foot switch, a FC6 foot switch, FM9, FM3, and then the Axe Effects rack, which obviously you have to have some kind of foot switch to go along with that. So yeah, so many different ways. But even just staying in this view right here where I'm only seeing my scenes, I basically just have one preset and I can get the different sounds within that preset via the scene. So with that said, clicking over on the top row, which I have do unto others, love your neighbor as yourself. This is the clean tremolo sound. Okay, and here lately, I've always, not always, but here lately I have dialed in a little bit of delay with my tremolo just to give it that even more extra little bit of movement. Because I know you got the volume going up and down with the trim, but then you add the width of, maybe like a stereo delay or something in the mix. And it just kind of helps the overall clean sound just kind of widen out a little bit. I did end up buying a one of the EV2, I think the shorter scale Fractal expression pedals. So if I wanted to add a whammy, not a whammy, but like a wah pedal on the front of this preset, I can just have it auto engage on or off, either with the position, either toe or heel, or just with the movement of my foot. So if I want to have my foot on an expression pedal, then do like a little wah wah thing for rock stuff, then that's something totally viable I can do. All right, so the unto of the do unto others is my ambient swell sound. This has a nice long reverb. Okay. And then we have the others, which is just the same thing, but without the swell sound. So there you go. Go back to my my first scene here. And really, beyond that, there's not a whole lot I'd really want to do. You got a great. That kind of thing. You got like a light overdrive. I like that one, but just for example, let's see if I can bring this a little closer to me. There we go. That way I can kind of sit. You can still hear me. All right, so if I go in to my drive, okay, click edit. I really like the Timmy options over here. Let's see if I can get this a little bit closer. I'm trying. I am trying. Let's see, make it a little brighter. All right, you can kind of see what I'm up to now. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so you got the Timmy down, mid, and up. You got the Tone of Kings, which is the King of Tone type pedal. Let's see what's on the next side here. We got some T808s, some Shure Riot, which those are really good. The Sunrise Splendor, I think that is the Morning Glory. Let's actually try that one out. Okay, that one's with the high cut. I do have this one set up on the Headrush, and I think the Tonemaster Pro has a Morning Glory as well, ish type thing. So, see what we got. Yeah, and that's equally as nice as well. So. Now, what's cool about this is we have 4 different channels per block. So that's just on channel A. Let me go to channel B, go back to edit, and now let's go pick another one that we can utilize. The Shimmer Drive, which is by, oh shoot, what's that company name? Whatever it is. I like that one. So let's just say, for example, we go over to the next page. Maybe turn it down a little bit. We can also bypass it. Make sure we're not getting a huge jump in volume. Okay, so I like that. Let's go back into edit. Go back to page over. Maybe. No, let's go to edit. All right, channel B is, now I'm going to be on channel C. Let's go to edit and see what else we can find here. We have the full OD, which is the full tone overdrive. There is a jam ray in here, which might be neat. We have a Nobelium OVD1, which is obviously your Nobels ODR. So let's check that one out. Okay, so let's say I like that one. Okay, then we got one more channel here. Let's go to channel D. And then let's just do a, let's see. There's the full tone OCD pedal right there. I don't think I did the Timmy stuff. Just to go back to the Timmy here. Let's go back a page. Let's do the mid. There we go. Let's do something like that. All right, so what I'm kind of going for here is, let's go ahead and store this. Enter. So I want to go from clean and then to overdrive and then overdrive or delay. And then to the purple channel. And then the lion with the purple channel with delay. Which actually, that reminds me, Art. I did a video with the expression pedal before I had to send it back to Zounds because it was on loan. And this was the Headrush expression, and I honestly like that pedal a lot. It feels really good under your foot, even though it's $150 or $139 or whatever it is. It is very rock solid. It's very sturdy. Feels great. And I just highly recommend it. But I did a video showing that you can hook it up to your ToneMaster Pro as well. So if you're a ToneMaster Pro guy like Jordan over here, and you want to use the Headrush expression pedal, then you can totally do that, and it works great. I think you have to use a TRS cable, if I'm not mistaken. I think you have to do that. So. Joseph Garcia, what's up, man? Yeah. Well, anything can be in budget when you're putting it on credit, I guess. So if you got enough credit, then you can buy anything. Contrary to popular opinion and good use of money. So. Let me go check real fast. Let me go to Zounds.com. How much is a Headrush Prime? Let's see how much these things are. Because you are saving quite a lot of money buying a Headrush for sure. And they still sound really good. So, I mean, all these units are amazing. You can get amazing sounds with them. Zounds is not carrying the core right now for some reason, but that's fine. So the Headrush Prime is $9.99, and that's a really good deal, folks. That is a really good deal. What's happening here? Why can't you see my screen? No idea. But anyway, yeah, the Headrush Prime is $9.99. That's actually like $200 less than they were before. That's a lot of sweet tones for $1,000 for sure. The Fractal, I got it used for $1,700, and then the Gear by Seba protectors were, they were just thrown in for extra, which is good. So, the ToneMaster Pro, I think right now, let's go check prices again. ToneMaster Pro. ToneMaster Pro is currently $1,679. You can probably find one used, possibly. Then they have a Fender ToneMaster Pro gig bag for $110. That's pretty cool, I guess. It's a little long. I'm sure they're wanting you to put in like other stuff, but for $110, it's pretty good for a gig bag. So yeah, I'm not sure why my screen is not showing. There it is, showing now. So there's the ToneMaster Pro gig bag. There's the ToneMaster Pro for $1,679. What else do we have? We have the Helix floor. Let's go check out that one. Helix floor is now $12.99, and it was like $14.99, I'm pretty sure. The Helix LT, if you don't need the scribble strips, you can get that for $8.99. You can pre-order the Stadium XL for $21.99, or you can pay $183 for 12 months with no credit check, free shipping. Let's see here, the Stadium floor. Why are they calling it the Stadium floor? That's interesting. $17.99. So yeah, then you add, like for me, you would add another 10%. So that's roughly another $200. So that's easily going to be $2,000 for that sucker. But yeah, there's the price. There's the price options for you guys. So if you got $1,000, then buy a head rush. If you got a little bit more, you can definitely buy a Helix floor. If you got a little bit more than that, you can buy a ToneMaster Pro. For about the same price, you can buy at least a used Fractal FM9. And if you got just tons and tons of cash to blow, then get a Line 6 Stadium XL or just the Stadium. So yeah, I mean essentially at this point the Stadium and the Fractal is the same price. It's like $17.99. And then with tax you're doing whatever. With the Fractal stuff, they do sell direct, so there's really, there may be some kind of financing option with them. But otherwise with Zounds or even Sweetwater, there's always some kind of financing option. And sometimes Sweetwater can even go more than 12 months. They can go, 2 years to 4 years financing most of the time. Which is actually how I'm paying for my drum kit back here. That thing was not cheap, and I'm just doing Sweetwater financing for that one. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, with the recent updates, that output block or output level on the amp blocks are just gold. It's just so good. For what anybody would want to do. Yeah, so the Helix LT or the Stadium and Stadium XL, they'll be released this fall and in the winter. So maybe, I don't even know what that means. Let me click on this floor here. What is this even saying? Get it by Friday, October 31st. So definitely just here in a few months for that one. And this unit is supposed to be, even smaller than what the current Helix is. I can actually get one of these on loan from Zounds. So I'll definitely have one in my possession. I'm just not sure if I want to pay for one just yet, but I can definitely get one on loan and do a bunch of videos with it that way. Then the Stadium itself, this was gonna be in January 30th. So this was gonna come out in the winter time, which you can't see what I'm doing. Hello. This is gonna be the winter time. This is gonna be very similar setup, I think, to the ToneMaster Pro. You got the big touch screen. You got tons of knobs down below, so you can still have the turning knob kind of workflow if you're used to the Helix floor, or the Stomp, or the HX Effects, or the Stomp XL. This one does not have scribble strips, so you'll probably have to go into some. There's got to be like some kind of gig view or something, so you can see what the switches look like on the screen. Because I really wouldn't want to try to memorize, what these are, type stuff. But what's cool about all these things, Joseph, and everyone else who will be watching now or in the future, you literally apply the same exact concepts from one modeler to the next. None of these are that different. Okay, it's just a workflow and an overall user interface difference. That's literally it. You can get great sounds from any of them on the market, whether they're cheap or they're expensive. Everything just sounds really good these days. Okay. It's just that language barrier of like when to push, where to turn, which knob does what switch does what kind of mode can you put it in, just all the different things. So, I actually wouldn't mind just the Stadium right here. I'm pretty sure that's 16 inches wide. And that would fit really well. Like I currently have the ToneMaster Pro in a rack rack drawer over here. I could easily just put another rack drawer in my rack and just, slide it out, or just unplug it and take it somewhere when I want to. But let's see, let's look at the specs. The shipping dimensions are 22/16 by 9, 22 wide. That's definitely wider, but that's for shipping. I'm not sure what the actual sizes are here. Excuse me. Future ready. As much as I love scribble strips, see, I'll tell you one thing. This is definitely $1,000 more expensive than the Headrush Core, but you get a really nice, ins and outs on the back. You got the IEC cable right there, which is nice and sturdy. Which on the Core you have a wall wart, USB-A, USB-C, MIDI, XLR left and right, and also 1/4 inch left and right with a nice 1/8 inch headphone jack. 2 loops, or you can make them stereo. They can be stereo if you want. You can also use the returns as extra inputs. Okay, so auxiliary left and right. So those could be inputs if you want them to be. This also has a microphone on it, which I know the Headrush Core does as well. Control AB and the instrument input. So yeah, I mean, once again, you get a lot for your money for Headrush, but if you just desire the extra features that something like this would have, and you have, the extra $1,000 that it takes to buy it, that's definitely going to be worth it. The Headrush Core has an AB switch, so it essentially takes the 5 switches that are on there and it turns them into like a secondary layer, so you can get to technically more switches. But yeah, that's how that works. Andrew Collins, what's up? Can't wait to get my hands on that Stadium XL, baby. Yeah, well, you can get it. I'll tell you what, Andrew, you need to use my affiliate link to Zounds.com, and you can just go ahead and pre-order you a nice Stadium XL. I'll get a good chunk, not a good chunk, but I'll get a decent commission from that. So you're helping me out. You're helping yourself out by spending money that you may or may not have, and we'll both be happy. How about that? I won't even be mad if you add the backpack to your order as well. I'm going to go ahead and save this to my wish list. So yeah, there you go. And you can even have 12 months financing, no credit checks, and no interest. You just have to pay $183.33 a month. There you go, man. There's your deal right there. Yeah, it is just a little bit smaller than the Helix floor, which would be nice. All right, so what do I choose here? I chose the Timmy for my my overdrive sound. Okay, and then going over here, add some delay. But what was I saying? I was saying earlier about the expression pedal, the Headrush expression pedal. I did a video with that, but I couldn't release that video because the Toemaster Pro update was not released yet, and I've put that off. So I need to just go ahead and make that go live. Maybe sometime this week or maybe sometime next week. I have to look at my upload schedule to see where a slot would fit in for that video. But especially showing how to use the Headrush expression pedal with the Toemaster Pro. to do like auto engage, wall, whammy, that type of stuff. So yeah. The way that FM sounds, I might change my mind. Well, the Fractal is pretty nice. I'm going to tell you right now. It is pretty nice. Also, the goal of having a Fractal in the studio is I can do shootout videos between, let's shoot out the Timmy overdrive on the Fractal versus the Timmy overdrive on the Helix, for instance, right? Or maybe do like a full tone OCD mega shootout between the Headrush, Toemaster Pro, Fractal, and Helix. Then the Kemper as well. I have the Kemper Player as well, which is definitely a much smaller unit. So I technically have 5 different options to do shootout videos with, and just tonal comparisons between this versus that. And check out this nice ambient sound, Andrew. Now, so far from what I know about the Stadium XL and Stadium, is they're really just adding the new amps. They got like 16 new amps in there. I'm sure they're going to update the cabs maybe eventually and whatever else. But all the other effects are going to be exactly the same. So the same verbs, the same delays, whatever. You are going to have more DSP on the newer units. So you could stack more delays, more reverbs to get different sounds in that regard. Probably add way more amps into the same preset if you wanted to. They're going to have different break points within the different chains. So if you want to do like parallel amps, parallel wet effects, stuff like that. It's definitely going to be worth at least trying out just to see what the workflow is. And I mean, $21.99, that's a hefty tag right there. But, if you need those features, I think it's great. I wouldn't buy it just for the sound. Because I know they're saying that the new 16 amps are like way better because they changed the algorithm and all the different stuff. And also there's going to be proxy, which is like a way of cloning or profiling other amps or pedals or whatever you're doing. So there's that, which will be coming sometime next year. But honestly, I wouldn't buy this just for the sound because the Helix floor already sounds good. Okay. You're going to buy the Stadium and Stadium XL for more DSP, the touchscreen, if you care about that, the smaller size, because that's definitely a factor for a lot of people that like to travel, especially over to Europe, and they don't want to bring their big XL or their big Helix floor with them. So a smaller size will definitely help, and plus the DSP and whatever else. So, but the sound itself, I think is going to be very comparable to what they have now. It's not going to be mind blowing at all. Like the Fractal sounds great, but it's not mind blowing to me. It's like, I can still get the same great sound from a Toemaster Pro or even a Headrush or the Helix or the Kemper. So all of these units sound amazing. They really, really do. It's just a matter of the workflow and the user interface and how you interact with the unit itself. So don't just go crazy and be like, oh, I have to have the new thing because it's going to be amazing. It's like, well, you already have amazing stuff on the market. You really, really do. So, and who knows, maybe after 6 months, after I'm done making more videos on the FM9, I can turn this around and easily sell it again for the same price I bought it for, which is around $1,700 bucks. So, Yeah. The FM stuff definitely hold their value for sure. Especially since they have the Gear by Seba, magnetic covers and stuff like that, which was not an extra cost. This was included in the sale, which is really cool. So it is what it is. Yeah, that is very true, Andrew. You can load your own tracks and split them. So if you're just one of those people that have to have that feature, then the Stadium XL or the Stadium is going to be right up your alley. Okay. Like I said, you're not going to buy it for the sound. You're going to buy it for all the extra stuff that it can do. Okay, because all these units already sound good. It's just, what else do they do other than have great sounds? Okay. That's really what it comes down to. If you're in a live, I know you play live a lot, Andrew. So if you get in a situation where you just need like a click track going in your ear, in your in-ears at all times, you can generate that from the Stadium or Stadium XL. I'm just going to say it's Stadium for now on. I'm not going to worry about the XL. You know what I'm talking about. If you need a full backing track that's split, but then you want to go mute the bass part or something, because maybe you're missing a bass player that night, or I don't know, whatever, right? You can literally take the tracks from your album, and I want to mute the drums, I want to mute the acoustic guitar, and I want to mute the keys, but leave in your bass and maybe some background vocals, and then just play along with that, and make sure you don't change the arrangement. Please don't change the arrangement. Otherwise, you're going to go a direction live where the backing track just isn't going to go. That's not always a good thing. So, yeah, so you're buying it for the other features and not for the sound, I think. Because it's not going to sound that much better. It just can't. I mean, it will sound different for sure, but it's not going to be that mind-blowing that it's going to blow away everything else on the market. It's just, everything already sounds good. So what really possibly can you do other than just add features that other units don't have? Or if you're like Joseph and these other things are out of your price range, the Headrush Prime, Core, and Flex Prime are sub $1,000, and they still have lots of features that, live musicians can use to create their rigs, their scenes, their stomps, however they want their setup to be, and just have fun playing. So I'm out of tune again. Let's tune it. I had the air in here pretty good, and I turned it off for the stream, and now it's hot. I have chosen my 6 Kiesel guitars that I really, really like. There's still a few that, I could branch it out to like 8, like my top 8 or even my top 10. But I have a really nice selection of Kiesels over here that covers my Les Paul, my Tele, my Strat, my PRS, style guitars, my 7, a nice 7-string for like the lower extended range type stuff. So I will be, I've invested a lot into Kiesels here lately, but I will be selling off quite a few when I get around to taking pictures of all that. I'm going to switch over to my Yamaha real fast. I made a few videos on this, or at least I featured it in some live streams, and I gotta tune this one as well. This guitar is $849 on Zounds.com, and it is it's well worth the money. You got stainless steel frets. You have a nice classic body design and headstock shape. Very solid tuners. So if you're needing a workhorse of a guitar that costs less than $1,000 and it has stainless steel frets, I do highly recommend the Yamaha Revstar. There's an Element version. This one is I think it's called the Standard. Is it not? Revstar. It's called the Standard. Yeah, the RSS 20 for $849. And this thing is really nice. So you can kind of see. Come on, microphone. I need you to stay. Nice body. Really nice neck heel right there. It just blends right into the body shape. That little V cut going on right there, so you can get your hand right in there. It's got a glossy finish on the body, but a satin neck, so it's nice and smooth. You just never have a like a sticky feeling on the neck, and it just feels good. All right, so with all that said, let's go to exit. Let's go to enter. I am currently on. Let's see. Okay, so that's on channel B. I'm actually going to go to channel C. And let's go choose the. This is going to be the Mark II C++, the Mezzo Boogie Mark II, like Joseph Garcia has been messing around with on the headrush. So let's try this one. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Let's go level and turn it up a little bit. Turn up a little bit more. Maybe exit out. I got a block level right here, so I can adjust that. Okay, I'm going to save that. I like this microphone here, but I may invest in a headphone set that has a little mic installed. So whether I turn my head either way, I know I'm getting, a good sound no matter where I'm at. And I'm just used to wearing headphones anyway, because I don't want sound coming out of my speakers, and then I can't hear myself coming through the Mahler and all the different stuff. So. Okay, something like that. Then going over to the Lion, it's going to go back to the B channel, which is the purple rev verses. So you can kind of hear that there's not tons of difference between all these different amps. Not really, anyways. So I am getting hot. I'm going to go eat some dinner, and then me and the wife has a lot of chores to do around the house while the kids are gone this week. So we're going to enjoy not having the kids with us, even though we'll FaceTime them and, you know, we'll say we miss them and stuff, but sometimes it's nice to get away. You who have kids, you know what I'm talking about. And you who don't have kids, you're probably out on tour playing in a band or something cool like that. So anyway, let's play us out with a little tremolo here. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I am Dr. McFarland. Be sure to subscribe down below and click the bell for future notifications. And I will have this video updated with affiliate links. So if you want to buy something online, like a Stadium or Stadium XL or a Yamaha Revstar guitar or anything else that you need from Amazon or Sweetwater, I will have those affiliate links down below. So that goes to help support the channel and what I do here online. And also check out my website, drmcfarlandstudios.com, where I have presets for sale for the Fractal, the Toemaster Pro, the Headrush, the Helix, and the Kemper. I have like tons of Kemper profiles that I've made last year sometime. So if you're interested in those, then check those out. Also have a music theory course. I have some other small courses here and there. Like I have a full year of backing tracks. That's just $20 one-time fee, and you can go check those out as well. So check out the website, check out the affiliate links, and I will see you in the next video. How's that neck on the Yamaha? It's amazing. I love it. It's a great, great neck. Highly recommend it. So I'll do a video on this guitar very, very soon. I already have one on the other Revstar that I had that I ended up returning to Zounds, but I like this one the best. The other one had the P90s on it. So anyway, don't interrupt me when I'm trying to finish my video. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep rocking.